Did you think the drama was all over? No chance. This is TKM Extreme, and look at the points. Joe Forsdyke goes off P2. He has to win the race to tie James Ogden on points. If he does that, he wins the championship on countback. Ogden is at the back of the grid after an incident in the earlier final. He has to win it to stop Joe Forsdyke winning it. And I just want to say this, for all the talk about level playing fields and X30 is the new level playing field, TKM hasn't just talked about a level playing field, it's delivered a level playing field for a whole generation in karting. We've got somebody off at the back of the field and Forsdyke's down to 4th.
Well, there at the back of the field is Ogden. He's already made up 3 or 4 places just by going round the outside on the 3rd corner. Absolutely amazing. He is a man on a mission, but at the front, it's all drama already because the leader is the 26, Kyle Sproat. He is the leader, and that is not good if your name is Joe Forsdyke. You need to be the man in first position if you want to win this title. And Sproat has got a good advantage here. Up to 2nd place, though. Already a good move on the inside there from the 55.
Joe Porter, a former champion of course in this class, he's come in as a guest driver at this last round. A little bit contentious, I have to say. I don't think James Ogden is very happy because he could be taking points and positions off him. Now, as things stand though, he might actually do him a favour because it's Porter that leads. Forsdyke there in 3rd place has got Porter to get past, and Porter, being a former champion, is not going to be easy pickings for Joe Forsdyke.
Well, the first target is going to be the 30 of Matt England. He's there in 2nd position at the moment. We just caught a brief glimpse of Paul Monks
Joe up the inside for 2nd.
Very nicely done. Very tricky corner to make the move, and that's what it means. 2 points is now the difference between Forsdyke and Ogden. Once again, James Ogden cannot score any points from this round because at this round he's got to drop this weekend's scores because he hasn't performed as well this weekend as he has in previous rounds, and he's already scored the maximum he can score with dropped scores. So that means then that he's going to remain on 730 points no matter what. It's now up to Forsdyke to win this race, and the man standing between him and doing so is Joe Porter.
Matt England on the 30 kart there in 3rd place. Worth mentioning, this is Matt's best run of the season. He won the TKM Works Drive Scholarship for this season to race in Super 1, and I do hope we see him next year in this class because this is his best run of the season. He's going to take some confidence from it. 3rd place in this field, very competitive indeed.
And we've often seen, haven't we, in Super 1 that a driver gets a brilliant end to the season with 1 or 2 beautiful finishes at the end of the year, and it sets them up on a title run for the following season. Up the inside though to 3rd place. Good move from John Hogan into 3rd place in the 73, and that has got him a good chance of a podium on his final weekend of the season as well. Porter still leads it. Hogan is having a little bit of a sniff at Forsdyke, but look at the gap. There's nothing in it between the field. It is a long train of karts. Nobody has really made the break. Porter can't get away from Forsdyke, and Forsdyke can't get away from the rest of the field, led by Hogan and England. This is magic.
Yeah, as I said before, level playing field, you want one. Here you go, you've already got it in Junior TKM and TKM Extreme. It's tight at the top, and there you can see from the helicam, top, wow, how many is it? 6, 8, 10?
I'd say that's over a dozen actually. It's very tight indeed at the top, and Forsdyke is already, look, using so much curb on the way in through the left-hand section of that particular complex. He's now got Porter lined up. He might make the move going into turn 3 here.
14 karts in the snake it is, I count. All nose to tail pretty much, but Forsdyke there in 2nd. That's not good enough. He will not win the championship. And Ogden, he's making his way through. He's in the back, in amongst that group, and he wants to make sure that he gets towards Forsdyke and just puts his card in front of Forsdyke.
England goes for 2 in 1. England goes for, it's 3 wide for 2nd place. Forsdyke nearly loses 2nd place to England as England gets the move done on Hogan initially. Then he loses traction. That could have been game over for Joe Forsdyke if there was any contact at all at that point. That could have been curtains for the championship, and that's dropped Forsdyke down, look, 3 or 4 kart lengths. It's difficult for Forsdyke because while he was sitting behind Joe Porter, he needed to make the right move at the right time. Despite the fact that James Ogden is tearing his way through the field, he has to time it right.
Yeah, Ogden's got 4 karts, look, he's only got 4 karts between himself and Joe Forsdyke. He will be able to see what is going on in front of him. He will be able to adjust his driving to account for where Forsdyke is. If Forsdyke fell well behind the leader, if Porter scoots off in front, then Ogden knows pretty much the title is his because Forsdyke just has to win the race. If he doesn't win the race, Ogden is champion.
I tell you what, Rush was a Hollywood epic in racing terms last year. You couldn't have written this story better than that. Up the inside, down the inside, there's contact! That's Andrew Lawrence. He's got tangled in with that, and look at the nose cone. It looks like it's had a massive shunt from David Hay, hasn't it? That's not exactly a racing moment from him. He's had an absolute bruiser on the front of the nose cone, and that's it. So Lawrence's season ends rather disappointedly in the gravel, but let's see the progress of James Ogden in the O-plate. Forsdyke still second, and he's still in 6th place, is James Ogden. So again, still just 4 karts between them. For Ogden, this is not about points. This is about racing for your life here, trying to get this championship. He can't rely on Porter and Forsdyke having a clean battle. He's got to charge past the 3-4 karts in front of him and get on terms with his championship rival.
There he is, the championship leader on the O-plate now. Ogden is trying to win the Triple Crown.
Here comes Forsdyke.
And here's Forsdyke for the lead. And Ogden's looking down the inside to make a place as well. Did he make it? I think he did, yes.
Yes, he did. He's made the move up into 5th position. So just as Forsdyke takes the lead and the championship lead in effect, here comes James Ogden, to move up into 5th position. So Ogden looking very good to charge onto the back of the podium. This is not an Alex Forward situation. He is right in the mix of this, and he has got a great chance to go mano a mano with Joe Forsdyke for the championship.
If he gets through to 2nd place with Forsdyke leading, he's throwing it up the inside at some point. He's not going to allow Joe Forsdyke to have a clean run all the way to the line. And as I said before, Ogden is trying to win the Triple Crown in karting in this class. He's trying to win the TKM Festival. He's already done that. The British Open title, the O-plate, he's already done that this season. This will complete the Triple Crown, and I'm not convinced I don't think anybody has ever done that before. I spoke to James Bean earlier in the day. I didn't interview James, but I'm sorry, James, we've got too much excitement going on to show that interview. So we've not shown James Bean's interview as we see Forsdyke down 2. And here comes Ogden running behind Forsdyke, and he's right behind him now. He's
Porter
is down.
Porter leads. Hogan is 2nd. Down to 3rd goes Forsdyke, and the man right behind him is James Ogden. Here we go. The corners are given, and there is going to be no holding back. Both drivers are going to be going for it. In the red corner, it is going to be James Ogden. In the green corner, it's going to be Joe Forsdyke, and they are going to be hammer and tongs round PF International. It doesn't get better.
This is absolutely perfect for Ogden. At the beginning of the race, this would have been the ideal scenario for him coming into the halfway
Oh, here goes Ogden!
Oh,
Hogan!
Forsdyke! Oh, he's done 2 for the lead!
That is amazing!
Oh,
Forsdyke takes the moment and seizes it with beautiful style and finesse. Hogan tried to make the move on Porter. Hogan and Porter bang wheels, and that's given Forsdyke the lead. It's going to be 3 into 1 for the 2nd corner at this rate.
Ogden into 3rd, looks like on the helicam.
Oh, Ogden is just 1 step away from the Battle Royale for victory that we've been talking about. We didn't think it was ever going to come down to this, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to play out before our very eyes. Porter is down to 6th position, and that has given 3rd to James Ogden, who is just 1 place behind Hogan, who is a few kart lengths now behind Joe Forsdyke. If he gets through Hogan now, it's going to be mano a mano between Forsdyke and Ogden for the title. Bring it on.
Classic end to the championship season once more in TKM Extreme this time. We've already seen the same scenario pretty much in the junior race before this, where Aaron Mills needed to win the championship. Now it's Forsdyke that needs to win.
Stronach's making the move. Stronach tries to make the move on the inside. He can't quite get the move done there on Matt England as they battle for position behind behind Ogden. Ogden is still trying to make that move on Hogan. He just can't quite make the move stick. Porter down in 6th position now in front of Simon Verco, the 7, ahead of that little queue of karts. And Verco makes the move on the inside. I think I just saw him get through into 6th. Yes, he does. So Porter down to 7th. This one-off fun zone for Porter is turning into a bit of a nightmare as he tumbles down the time charts. But it is so close up front, and the man who is preventing James Ogden from becoming champion here, still sat in 2nd place, is John Hogan in the 73.
Well, John Hogan in 2nd, but of course it's Forsdyke that's really stopping him being champion. Forsdyke's out front. He's got to go past him very, very quickly, as James Ogden can't afford to sit there in 3rd. You can see Porter. You can see.
Goes the long way round. He's going to go right around the outside. Has he got enough grip round the outside? No, he's going to lose ground, surely. On the inside goes England. He's lost another place. That was such a catastrophic error. He needs to get this momentum back again. But here comes England now, trying to make the move on Hogan. And it looks like Ogden might follow him through into third position here. Can he get through on the inside? Yes, he does. He leaves Hogan no room whatsoever. Hogan rumbles over the grass, and now he's tangling with Stronach, who makes the move on the inside, tries to go for Forsdyke as well. Sorry, for Ogden. Oh, it's close, and there is contact between Hogan and Stronach. My word, it's close, but that has given Ogden the best shout. He's back into third position again.
But he's lost a load of time. Look, he's frustration, I think, is playing a part here. He's trying to go round the outside, under the bridge, round the outside, and that didn't work. He's lost track position. Has he lost himself the championship? All the carts stream through the final turn, and one lap further on, we're into the last lap. It's Forsdyke and England can win Ogden the title, and I think that's the only way Ogden's going to win the title now, Jake.
Matt England is all over the back of Joe Forsdyke, and this is a nightmare for Forsdyke. He got himself a good lead, 3 or 4 kart lengths, but Matt England wants to finish the title on a high. If England wins this race and prevents Forsdyke from winning it, that means that Ogden in third place will be the champion. But here comes the move for third position. Through to third place comes the 55. Great move from Porter. He's fought himself back into the top 6 solidly now. He's got past Ogden, but it's this battle. This is going to be the one that decides it. Out of the race, that's Brendan Spate off at the first corner, but Porter is defending third position from Ogden. What's happening with the 2 leaders? Here's Forsdyke. England is right on his tail. It's going to be these 2 that fight for the victory in this race, but is it going to be Joe Forsdyke who takes the title away from James Ogden? It's going to be these last couple of corners. England's going to go for it. He is sprinting out of the final turn. It's going to be a run to the finish line between these 2, but Forsdyke's done it. Forsdyke's done it. He's the champion. Unbelievable. He steals it from James Ogden right at the last race of the season.
Ryan started in 10th place, worked up to 3rd position, but luckily, I guess, the last couple of corners, what went on?
It was very lucky. Obviously, Joe was having a wee battle with Ogden, and then obviously I managed to squeeze up the inside and lucky enough to get 3rd.
You pleased with that?
Very pleased with that.
Dropped down to about 6th. In the first 2 laps, tyres were cold. Kept my head, got the tyres warm, went way back up, finishing behind Joe. Happy days.
It's been a tough race all season, and coming to the last round, it was still possible to win. So we just had to drive our own race all weekend, and I hope that things went our way. I started on 2nd, managed to get the lead pretty early on, and made a little break for it. And Matt started to catch me, and he managed. Well, we just sat behind really, and drove to the flag.
James, obviously your closest competitor to win the championship. Were you aware of the battles he was having?
No, I wasn't. I knew he was coming off the back, so it was always going to be hard for him. But if you're quick enough around here, you can get through the traffic. So it's just about making the right moves at the right time.
Pleased about the win at least?
Yeah, very pleased about the win. I've got to thank my dad, Graham Fyson Engineering, and Talco for all their work.
I'll tell you why poor Joe's not bouncing up and down for joy. He's not sure he's won it, but he has. Look, on countback, they tie for points, but because Forsdyke's dropped score is better than Ogden's, he is the champion. More action after the break here at PF International from the X30s.